Tanveer and Jasmine awarded life term over hallmark embezzlement. Israel resumes attacks on al-Shifa hospital, the largest medical complex in Gaza, killing at least 50 Palestinians. And Afghanistan clinched T20 series against Ireland with 57 runs victory in the third and final match. Assalamu alaikum, I'm Shungit Ahmad, welcoming you all to News at 10. You've just heard the headlines and now on to the rest of the news.
Yahya Khan Saheb, apni Pakistaner president. Dekhe jaan, Dhakaye ashen, kibhabe amar goriber upore, amar banglar manusher obukher upore guli kora hoyeche, ki kore amar mayer kol khali kora hoyeche, ki kore manushke hottya kora hoyeche, apni ashun, dekhun, bichar korun.
UNDP and Sweden will continue their assistance to Bangladesh to combat the impact of climate change. UNDP's Goodwill Ambassador and Swedish Crown Princess Victoria made the assurance while visiting rainwater harvesting system activities in Khulna's Koira Upazila in Khulna today. This initiative was introduced under the Logic project, financed by the UNDP, UNCDF, European Union and the Swedish government. During the visit, the Swedish Crown Princess inspected the rainwater harvesting system through which people of Naumi village under Maheshpur Union collect salt-free drinking water. She exchanged views with the beneficiaries of the project. Later, the Swedish Crown Princess Victoria visited Shikaripara neighborhood to see the climate-friendly livelihood activities under the Logic project. Afterwards, the UNDP Goodwill Ambassador visited the Union Digital Center in Maharajpur Union Porishad under Koira Upazila. The Swedish Crown Princess also visited Koira Upazila headquarters and inaugurated a smart service point of post office under the Bangladesh Postal Department. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Minister Sabir Hossain Chaudhary and State Minister for ICT Junaid Ahmed Polok, among others, were present on the occasion. Meanwhile, Princess Victoria of Sweden visited the UNDP project to improve the living standards of marginalized people at Mohra South Jelepara in Chattogram at noon. Princess Victoria visited climate-resilient dams, a road made of plastic recycled blocks and tiles, community toilets and houses made of ferro-cement. She interacted with the beneficiaries of the scheme. Among others, Environment, Forest and Climate Change Minister Sabir Hossain Chaudhary, Chattogram City Corporation Mayor M. Rizal Karim Chaudhary and UNDP International Project Manager Jogesh Pradhanang were present on the occasion. A delegation of Bangladesh Textile University, led by its Vice-Chancellor Professor Dr. Shah Alimuzzaman, paid a courtesy call on President Mohammad Shahabuddin at Bangabhavan this noon. In a briefing, the President's Press Secretary Mohammad Joinar Abidin said that during the meeting, the Vice-Chancellor informed the President about the overall activities of Bangladesh Textile University. President Mohammad Shahabuddin said, in the current context, textile is one of the main and highest foreign exchange earning sectors of Bangladesh. The President urged businessmen, investors and textile engineers to come forward to make textile products more popular and attractive in the world market. President Mohammad Shahabuddin stressed on conducting academic activities in Bangladesh Textile University, considering the global situation. During the meeting, the President's Office Secretary Mohammad Wahidul Islam Khan and Military Secretary Major General S.M. Salahuddin Islam were present. Speaker Dr. Shirin Sharmin Chaudhary has said the Matarbari deep seaport will not only benefit Bangladesh but also facilitate international trade of Nepal and Bhutan. She said this while addressing a workshop titled Bangladesh's first deep seaport Matarbari, opening a new view in the Bay of Bengal, organized by Ocean Policy Research Unit of Sasakawa Peace Foundation of Japan at the Sanshad Bhavan today. The Speaker said the Matarbari deep sea port is the right policy decision of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Research Fellow of Ocean Policy Peace Foundation Imadul Islam and researchers Kamran Reza Chaudhary presented keynote papers at the workshop moderated by Humayun Kabir, President of Bangladesh Enterprise Institute. The workshop was also addressed by Senior Secretary of the Foreign Ministry Masood bin Momen, Secretary of the Maritime Affairs Unit of Foreign Ministry Rear Admiral Retired Mohammad Khurshid Alam, President of Ocean Policy Research Institute of Sasakawa Peace Foundation of Japan, Dr. Hide Sagaguchi, Japanese Ambassador to Bangladesh, Kimi Nori Iwama, and Chief Representative of JICA Bangladesh, Tomohide Ichiguchi. Awami League General Secretary and Road Transport and Bridges Minister Obaidul Qadir said leaders of BNP are now tired and its activists are frustrated, so they have nothing to do other than hurling abusive words at others. BNP is criticizing the government blindly in the name of iftar parties, he added. Obaidul Qadir was speaking at a press conference at Awami League Central Office at Bangabandhu Avenue in the capital today.
এটাকে ইফতার পার্টি বলবো না গীবত পার্টি আওয়ামী লীগের গীবত করার জন্য এই ইফতার পার্টি এখানে স্রষ্টার মহান আল্লাহ পাকের গুণকীর্তন হয় না এখানে যত দোষ নন্দঘোষ সবকিছুর জন্য এই সরকার দায়ী এবং ধারাবাহিকভাবে ইফতার পার্টি ডেকে তারা অন্ধ সমালোচনা করে সরকারের তো কাজেই ক্ষমা আমার কাছে কেন চাই তারা বন্ধ করুক বাজে কথা বলা এইসব অপপ্রচার বন্ধ করুক মিথ্যাচার বন্ধ করুক তাহলে ক্ষমা চাওয়ার প্রয়োজন হবে না আমরাও কিছু বলব আমরা গায়ে পড়ে তাদের আক্রমণ করতে যাব কেন
Road Transport and Bridges Minister also said that democracy in Bangladesh is having proper qualities and there is no scope here to install anybody in power without polls.
বিএনপির বন্ধু প্রতিম দেশের কাছে সহযোগিতা চাওয়ার অর্থ তাদেরকে ক্ষমতায় বসিয়ে দেওয়ার বিষয় এবং নির্বাচন ছাড়া তাদের অন্য কোনো বিদেশি শক্তি এসে সহযোগিতা করে ক্ষমতায় বসাবে এটা তো হতে পারে না ক্ষমতায় বসানোর মালিক এদেশের জনগণ জনগণের সমর্থন ছাড়া সরকার পরিবর্তন সম্ভব
Awami League Organizing Secretaries B.M. Mozammel Haq and Mirza Azam, Office Secretary Barrister Biplab Borua, among others, were present at the press conference. Foreign Minister and Awami League Joint General Secretary Dr. Hassan Mahmood has said BNP is now an unstable political party which does not seek people's support, rather it seeks foreigners' assistance. He said this while replying to a query from journalists at the Foreign Ministry today. The minister said trust of BNP activists on their leaders has decreased. Dr. Hassan Mahmood also said BNP leaders including Goyeshwar Chandra Roy have delivered confusing speeches to declare their existence.
রমজানের প্রথম দিনেই বড় ইফতার পার্টি করেছে ইফতার পার্টি করে নানা বিষোদ্গার করেছে এবং আমরা সামাজিক যোগাযোগ মাধ্যমে দেখছি যে ইফতার পার্টির নামে তারা নানা চাঁদাবাজিও করছে মানুষ যাতে ভালোভাবে ইফতার করতে পারে সেজন্য সরকার পণ্যের মূল্য সহনীয় রাখার জন্য সমস্ত উদ্যোগ গ্রহণ করেছে কোন একটি ব্যক্তির কথা সেটি কখনো সরকারের কথা নয় এবং সরকার ইফতারের যে পণ্য সামগ্রী সেগুলো যাতে সুলভ মূল্যে মানুষ পায় অসাধু ব্যবসায়ীরা যাতে সেগুলোর অহেতুক মূল্য বাড়াতে না পারে সেজন্য নানা পদক্ষেপ গ্রহণ করেছে এবং মাননীয় প্রধানমন্ত্রী নির্দেশনা দিয়েছেন যাতে অহেতুক ইফতার পার্টি করা না হয় ইফতার পার্টি না করে সেই টাকাটা যেন সাধারণ মানুষের জন্য ব্যয় করা হয় বিএনপি জনগণের কোনো সহযোগিতা চায় না বিদেশিদের সহযোগিতা চায় সরকারকে তো ধাক্কা দিয়ে ফেলে দিতে গিয়ে তারা ধপাস করে পড়ে গিয়ে এখন হাঁটা শুরু করেছে হেঁটে হেঁটে লিফলেট বিতরণ করছে মহিন খান তিনি যে সমস্ত বক্তব্য রাখছেন এগুলো আসলে দলটাকে টিকিয়ে রাখার জন্য, তাদের অস্তিত্ব জানান দেওয়ার জন্য এই সমস্ত কথা বলছেন।
Regarding the hijacked Bangladeshi ship in Somalia, the foreign minister said the government has continued its all-out efforts to bring back the captive ship and its sailors. At the same time, he also said that the hijacked vessel and its sailors will be brought back in the earliest possible time.
সুস্থভাবে মুক্ত করা, একই সাথে জাহাজটিকে মুক্ত করা। কোন পত্রিকা কি খবর দিল, সব খবরের কিন্তু সবসময় সত্যতা নাই। আমরা নানা স্ট্র্যাটেজি নিয়ে আগাচ্ছি, সেগুলো আশা করি আমরা একটা সমাধানে পৌঁছাতে পারব।
Earlier, UAE ambassador to Dhaka, Abdullah Kasif Al-Hamoudi paid a courtesy call on Foreign Minister Dr. Hassan Mahmood at the latter's office. During the meeting, they discussed various bilateral issues, including expansion of trade between the two countries, Rohingya issue, and ceasefire in Gaza. Bangladesh Awami Jubo League today distributed iftar items among almost 1,000 poor in the capital, marking the National Children's Day and the birth anniversary of Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Speaking at the occasion, State Minister for Women and Children Affairs, Simin Hussein Rimi, said the Awami League government always stands by the poor and underprivileged people. She also urged not to criticize humanitarian jobs by the pro-people government. Speaking on the occasion, State Minister for Information and Broadcasting, Muhammad Ali Arafat, called upon the new generation to foil all conspiracies of BNP and vested quarters who want to disrupt the development spree of Bangladesh.
বাংলাদেশের 7 জানুয়ারি নির্বাচনটি ব্যাহত করার একটি অপচেষ্টা ছিল। বিদেশি শত্রুরা, ষড়যন্ত্রকারীরা এদেশীয় বিএনপি জামাতের সাথে একাট্টা হয়ে এই ষড়যন্ত্রে লিপ্ত হয়েছিল। আমরা সবাই মিলে এই অপচেষ্টাকে রুখে দিয়েছি বলেই এদেশে নির্বাচন হয়েছে, গণতন্ত্র অব্যাহত আছে এবং গণতান্ত্রিক ধারা চলতে থাকবে দেশে। নতুন প্রজন্মকে আহ্বান জানাতে চাই যে আপনারা স্বাধীনতার পক্ষে, উন্নয়ন অগ্রগতির পক্ষে থাকবেন, আপনারা গণতন্ত্রের পক্ষে থাকবেন, নির্বাচনের পক্ষে থাকবেন। আমরা আগামী দিনে নির্বাচনী প্রক্রিয়াকে আরো কিভাবে সুষ্ঠু সুন্দর করা যায় সেই নিয়ে কাজ করব।
আমরা সেই অভাব অনটনের যে মানুষ, তাদেরকে আমরা চেষ্টা করে যাচ্ছি তাদের সেই অভাব অনটন দূর করার জন্য, এবং এই চেষ্টার ফল হিসাবে আমাদের আজকে বাংলাদেশ পৃথিবীর মধ্যে একটি উচ্চতর আসনে অবস্থান করছে সব দিক থেকে। বাংলাদেশে আমরা যে 75-এর পরে যেই একটা ধ্বংসলীলা, যেই একটা কার্যক্রম দেখেছি, আমরা চাই না সেই ধ্বংস দেখতে। কই আজকে গাজায় এই যে এত এত বাচ্চা, শিশু, মেয়ে তারা যে মারা যাচ্ছে, কই এটা নিয়ে তো কেউ প্রতিবাদ করে না, এটা নিয়ে চিল্লায় না। আমরা যে আওয়ামী লীগের মাধ্যমে তাদের আজকে যে বাংলাদেশের মানুষকে আমরা একটা উচ্চতর পর্যায়ে নিয়ে গেছি, সেই জায়গাটার তো কেউ প্রশংসা করে না।
Jubo League President Sheikh Fazle Shams Porosh presided over the function, while Dhaka North Jubo League General Secretary Ismail Hussain and other leaders addressed the function. Later, Jubo League leaders distributed iftar items among the destitute. A Dhaka court today sentenced 9 people, including Hallmark Group Managing Director Tanveer Mahmood and his wife, and the company's chairman Jasmin Islam, to lifetime imprisonment in a case filed related to Sonali Bank's loan scam. The court also fined them 5 crore taka. The court also sentenced 8 other accused, including Sonali Bank's former managing director Humayun Kabir, to different terms of imprisonment in the case. Dhaka Special Judge Court 1 Judge Abul Qasim pronounced the verdict in the case. The 9 who got lifetime imprisonment are Tanveer Mahmood, Jasmin Islam, Tanveer's brother-in-law and Hallmark Group General Manager Tushar Ahmed, and brothers Director Taslim Hassan, Max Shipping Mills owner Mir Zakaria, Paragon Group MD Saiful Islam Raja, Nokshi Unit Mohammad Abdul Malik and Abdul Mateen. The Anti-Corruption Commission filed a case against the convicts on October 4, 2012 with Romna Police Station on charges of fraud and embezzlement. And And now international news. At least 50 people killed and many more detained in Israeli raid on Gaza's al-Shifa hospital, the army says, but Hamas says aggression against civilians will not work. Palestinian Foreign Ministry condemns escalating bombardment and destruction carried out by the Israeli forces in Rafah. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres has called for immediate action to prevent famine in northern Gaza, a disaster that he described as entirely man-made. Mediator Qatar says it is cautiously optimistic after start of indirect talks between Hamas and Israel to reach the truce in Gaza. At least 31,819 Palestinians have been killed and 73,934 injured in Israeli attacks on Gaza since October 7. The revised death toll in Israel from Hamas's October 7 attack stands at 1,139, with dozens taken captive. The United States has issued its strongest public warning yet to Israel against invading the crowded city of Rafah in the Gaza Strip, saying that such ground operation would deepen the humanitarian crisis in the besieged enclave. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan told reporters on Monday that while President Joe Biden remains committed to the goal of defeating Hamas, he communicated to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu that a major assault on Rafah would be a mistake. According to Sullivan, Biden asked Netanyahu in a phone call to send a team of intelligence and military officials to Washington, D.C. to hear concerns about any potential invasion of Rafah. Russian President Vladimir Putin took to the Red Square stage on Monday for an election celebration that seemed to carry a grander message for the flag-waving crowd of thousands, and for the world. Having extended his rule over Russia, his focus will be tightening his grip on Ukrainian territory. Addressing the crowd attending a pop concert to mark 10 years since Russia's annexation of the Crimean Peninsula from Ukraine, Putin signaled that the war against Ukraine would continue to dominate his rule and called for unity in bringing the people of eastern Ukraine back to their home family. The Russian president also boasted of a new rail link in areas of Ukraine captured by Russian forces, as those regions have declared their desire to return to their native family. China has lashed out after the U.S. Secretary of State pledged that his country stands ready to back the Philippines, Beijing's regional rival. During a trip to Manila on Tuesday, Antony Blinken promised that Washington retains an ironclad commitment to defend the Philippines. The United States has been deepening diplomatic and military contacts with its ally recently as tension with China rises. Beijing promptly responded to the U.S. official statement, insisting that the U.S. has no right to interfere in the South China Sea, where Beijing and Manila have competing territorial claims. The Arakan army captured Rathdong town in Rakhine State after driving the last troops from 3 junta battalions out of the town on the weekend, the ethnic army said. It seized 3 separate infantry headquarters from light infantry battalions 536, 537 and 538 outside the town on Sunday evening after 2 weeks of intense fighting, with the last 200 junta troops fleeing the riverside town north of the state capital, Sitwe, by boat, it said. The junta had used Rohingya soldiers recruited under the conscription law activated last month to defend the strongholds of the Arakan army, said. The junta's military also bombed the area by land, sea and air in a failed attempt to prevent the Arakan army from taking over the town. The ethnic army said it had also stepped up its efforts to seize the headquarters of the Junta Light Infantry Battalion 552 in nearby Buthdam Township. It has also seized more than half of Rakhine State since it launched a large-scale offensive to drive Junta troops out of the state in November 13 last year. The Sheikh Baburhat wholesale cloth market in Noshindi is getting momentum, centering Eid al-Fitr. It is one of the largest wholesale markets of locally produced weaving textiles in the country. Buyers from different parts of the country have been thronging there in droves since 1 month prior to beginning of Ramadan. The traders say their sales will increase further in the next 2 weeks. According to retailers, this year the prices of products increased by 20 to 25% at consumer levels. Sheikh Baburhat, which is known as the Manchester of the East, has approximately 5,500 shops. Now the timing for Sehri tonight and Iftar tomorrow. The last time for Sehri tonight in Dhaka and its adjoining areas is 4:44 a.m. and Iftar tomorrow is 6:13 p.m. in Dhaka and adjoining areas. Now news on weather. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty squally wind is likely to occur at many places over Rangpur, Rajshahi, Dhaka, Mymensingh and Khulna divisions, and a few places over Borishal and Sylhet divisions, and at 1 or 2 places over Chattogram divisions, with hail at isolated places. Day and night temperature may fall slightly over the country, said Met Office. Now news on sports. Afghanistan defeated Ireland by 57 runs in the last T20 of the 3-match series in Sharjah to win the series by 2-1. Afghanistan won the toss and elected to bat first. They scored 155 runs for 7 wickets in the stipulated 20 overs. Ibrahim Zadran scored an unbeaten 72 off 51 balls. In reply, Ireland were bowled out for just 98 runs in 17 overs, 2 balls. Azmatullah Ovarja took 4 wickets and Naveen ul Haq took 3 wickets. Ibrahim Zadran was named man of the match. Rashid Khan was adjudged man of the series. And before we end the news, another look at tonight's headlines. UNDP's Goodwill Ambassador and Swedish Crown Princess Victoria visits coastal areas of Khulna to witness impact of climate change, assuring supports from Sweden and UNDP to face the menace. BNP blindly criticizing government in the name of Iftar party, says Ubaidul Qadir. BNP is now an unstable political party which does not seek people's support, rather seeks foreigners' assistance, says Foreign Minister. 9 people, including Tanveer and Jasmine, awarded life term over hallmark embezzlement. Israel resumes attacks on Al-Shifa Hospital, the largest medical complex in Gaza, killing at least 50 Palestinians. And Afghanistan clinched T20 series against Ireland with 57 runs victory in the 3rd and final match. That's all from the newsroom for now. Thank you for staying with us, and our next news is at 11:30 in Bangla. Until